How's it going, everybody? This is Daytora, and here today I'm going to do a brief explanation about what's going on with the whole City of Steam servers being shut down and everything, and a lot of people don't know the exact details on what's going on. So I'm just going to do a brief explanation of what exactly is going on. Okay, now the first thing you need to understand is with a game like this, with this game, there's R2, which is Reality Squared, which is, City of Steam, r2games.com. They're the host of the game. They host the servers. They run the forums. They do server maintenances, the lack of it, I should say, and they run the forums. They do all that stuff. They're just the host. They're not the developer. Mechanist themselves are the developer. Mechanist is the company that makes the game. They make content updates. They make patches for bug fixes and all that stuff. Mechanist is the developer. Anything they have to make in the game, whether it be, like I said, updates, patches, and everything. Though when they make it, those files get sent to R2, who is the host, and then those files are uploaded to R2 servers, and then you can play. That's just a brief explanation. So, you can't confuse the two and everything. You blame when people start posting and saying, "Oh, R2, you didn't do anything to update the game and this and that." Well, yeah, R2 has a lot to blame with it because they didn't keep in community communication with the community. They didn't do server maintenance and this and that. They left this in the dark. But Mechanist is the one who was doing the updates. So when you get mad, you kind of got to blame both of them because R2 is not keeping us informed what's going on. Mechanist isn't making patches. So it's kind of both to blame. Anyways, so when you first log in and everything, now you see City of Steam servers shutting down. You go here, you want to click on it. You want to see what's going on, Or you could go through the forums. This is just a quick way. And you can see they're saying that, there wasn't enough players and this and that. R2, I'm sorry, but it's your fault in a way because it's your job to advertise the game. It's your job to get players in and all that. You're the host, Mechanist just develops the game. You guys are responsible for keeping us informed, for servicing support tickets, and doing server maintenances and all that. And you can't point fingers. Go look at the Russian version, r2games, and the Russian version. They're still on the same thing, 1.3 and everything, the same version as us. They haven't gotten in any updates or bug fixes or this or that. But the host, Aggro, which is like the host here, R2, they're keeping the game going. Their forums are alive. They're always putting information on the forums. Their Facebook, they're talking to people on Facebook. There's all kinds of contests that they have going. There's all kinds of giveaways where for the past 5 months here, we haven't gotten a darn thing. We've been sitting here in the dark in limbo, not knowing what's going on, waiting for some big update or some big announcement, and then 5 months later, what we get is this City of Steam server shutting down. So R2, shame on you. You're a horrible host, and I hope you've learned from this. As far as advertising, as far as keeping in touch with your players and all that stuff. You can't do this and expect the game to last. You're going to point your fingers and blame us, but honestly, it has to do with you guys screwed up big time too. So, anyway, we go back. So now what's going on is as of November 21st, the R2 servers go down, which means that's it. You've got 1 month to play, and then on November 21st, it's November 21st at 11:59 p.m. After that, Pacific Standard Time, after that, you go to log in. You're not going to be able to log in. Most likely this homepage won't even work. The forums, everything will be down. R2's closing down. That's it. But the question is, and what people are saying is the game dead? Well, the hosting, R2 right now is the host. You're not going to be able to play the game through cosr2games.com because their servers are going down. What's going to happen is, if you just read this, it looks like the game's shutting down. But if you actually go to City of Steam's Facebook, you can see here, it even says that that Mechanist, the developer, they had taken the game back because basically what happens is, as far as I know, you have a developer and a publisher, R2, and they have a contract. And for what it seems is they probably had, a 5-6 month contract, whatever it is, and R2 wasn't doing their job. They didn't do what they were supposed to. So when it was time for their contract to get renewed, the contract didn't get renewed, and Mechanist took the game back. Now Mechanist is going to host the game on their own servers themselves. So the game isn't technically dead. The R2 servers and how you log in and play, and most likely all the stuff that you have now on the servers on R2, on Avanos, and on Server 1 Heartlands, all that's all gone. Most likely you would have to start over from scratch, which I'll get into that later. But what'll happen now is on November 21st, when the R2 stuff goes down, if Mechanist, here's the new site, not cos.r2games.com. You're going to have to go to cityofsteam.com and play on the Mechanist servers. And they're coming out with the new version, City of Steam Arcadia. A new patch is coming in November. So what it looks like is how they had it set up. They've been doing all their legal stuff, had it set up. When the R2 servers go down, the Mechanist servers will probably come up. Might not be the same day, maybe a couple weeks, or who knows, it could be the next day or something. I mean, they might have it set up like that. But eventually you'll be able to play City of Steam, a game, through cityofsteam.com and play the game there. So, and if you want any more information, you can read here. They say that they're redoing a whole bunch of stuff. They're adding new content and this and that. So basically what it looks like is, if you go to the Turkish version, the Chinese version, they have 1.4, 1.5. We're probably going to, they probably just renamed this to Arcadia because, like Mechanist took it over. Mechanist took it over, give it like a fancy page and call it Arcadia. But it's going to be this, I have a feeling, I don't know how much changes they're going to do. I personally think it's going to be the same game as it is now as far as all the systems. They're probably going to change some stuff, but the core mechanics of the game will probably still be there. And it'll probably be, like I said, 1.4, 1.5, level cap 40 or 50, like the other hosts have. And that's it. But then we have to start our first from scratch. So the question is, to Mechanist, here you talk about, you're the people who stayed around and supported your game and all of this. Thanks for your players. Okay, so how about us people, number one, that put money in? What's going to happen with that? I know if you go to City of Steam here and you go to, their post, it even says that we get nothing back. That as of this date, you're pretty much beat. If you put money in, you're not getting any money back. There's no refunds for Electrum or anything like that. So we're kind of beat there. So will we get compensated on the Mechanist servers for any money that we put in? I don't know. We have to see. The main concern me is people's characters. Like me personally, I'm a 38. I've got grade 5 mods. My gear is all the best, some of the best gear there is for a warder. My gear is maxed out, like not just 17 plus 19 armor plus 16 accessories, orange gear. I've got a lot of time into my gear, a lot of time into my mods. So what's going to happen? When the server shut down, most likely we're going to lose all that. And I can tell you, a lot of these veteran players, a lot of players I know that when the market bug hit, they went inactive and said when they update the game, they'll come back. Yeah, they'll come back to play for a new level cap or new content, but we're not going to start from level 1. And any money we put in or all the time we put in, all our metal and all that stuff, all our gear, everything is gone. If we're not going to get compensated some way, or what we're hoping for is like swapping servers. It's possible if the core game mechanics are still there. It's just like in any game that the population went down when they do server merges. You're transferring data from one server to the other. So I see it if it is possible that you guys can save our characters, people that have put in. We have characters, we have time in. We don't want to start from over. It should be possible. I mean, if you guys legally can do it, and if it's possible to get the information, the data from R2 on all our accounts, our players, and swap it over to your servers? Or are you going to just start over from scratch? If that's true, if you're going to make us all start over from scratch, then all this, what is this? Our players are supporting your game. So how are we going to get reimbursed, Mechanist, for all the time? For some of us that, some of us, some people went inactive, but how about what about our players that stuck through the thick and thin, two and a half months of Broken Auction House? All this time we kept playing, keeping our companies going, and now it's like, okay, guess what, guys? In a month it's getting shut down. Oh, guess what, guys? We can we're reopening it on the Mechanist Games thing. We're gonna start all over, so we lose everything. You think that we're just gonna? Oh, okay, I just lost all the work I put into. I'll go start from level 1 again with nothing. Sure, I might take a look at it, but I'm probably not gonna bother because I lose everything. I mean, I'm not trying to sound cocky, mean and everything, but it's not as bad on you new players because, hey, at least now the game's shutting down. You've got a month. This next month, just play the game casually, have some fun, get to know the system, get to know how the crafting system works. They're probably going to change things, but just get a general feel of gameplay of the game. You can try all 4 different classes and everything like that and say, okay, when the Mechanist version comes out, I know I might want to play a Channeler, or I might like the Arcanist better. So you'll know what class you kind of like, you get the feel for them, and you can jump right in and start playing, and everybody will be started off on the same level. But I really don't think this is fair to all us players that stuck around thick and thin. You got people as the benefactors, the people that gave you money during closed beta, that maybe still play the game that have tunes, people that gave you money for Electrum during open beta, people that stuck around through the thick and thin through all the crap that's going on, and people that kept playing up until right now. I'm still playing, I still log in and do my events until the servers go down, but then when R2 servers get down, that's it, we start over. I really don't think that's right, guys. I really don't think that's right, Mechanist. I think you should really, if you really care about the community and this and that, you need to show a little more compassion and just not make us start over from 0. Start over from 1. If all this is true, you say you care about us, thanks for supporting us and everything, you need to really pull some stuff out and get that data from R2 and transfer our tunes over to your servers so that we can continue to play and enjoy the game. Or I could tell you what, not just me, but I'd say 3/4 of my company, which is, as I said, we're one of the most active companies on server 2 Avanos. 3/4 of us, we've discussed it and said, yeah, we might give it a try, but we're most likely not going to stick around. We'll probably just leave because we're not about to lose all the stuff we put into, all the money into our company, all our shillings we saved up, our gear, all that just gone, and we're going to get nothing in return if you guys don't transfer our tunes over. We're not going to bother. We'll just move on to another game. So again, guys, this is just my opinion. This is a really crappy situation. I'm sure people out there, they say, hey, if you were a player in closed beta and you were there during the old changes, and then they made all these changes in open beta, I'm sure you're saying, hey, maybe they'll bring it back. Honestly, I highly doubt that, Mechanist, that they're going to bring back the old systems because, as you said, the Turkish version, the Russian version, Chinese version, they're still using the current system. So what I think it's just going to be, I don't think it's going to be reverted back to the old closed beta style of the game. All this stuff they're making seem here fancy, new statistics, new equipment, that's just going to be going to update 1.5, making level cap 50, adding more stuff to the item shop, adding some more quest hubs, and all that stuff like that. Maybe systems a little bit, company wars, maybe change the crafting system around so it's not as tedious, change the collections again maybe, but it's not, I highly doubt it's going to go back to closed beta style. It'll probably just, like I said, the current version just updated. Which, in that case, again, if it's the current version updated, the core is still there. There's no reason why Mechanist cannot get the data files and transfer our tunes over. Their game would not be changed drastically to the point where the data can't be carried over. So let's all see, are they going to be lazy about it and make us start from 0 and just, not give a damn about us? Or are they going to actually show that they care about us players that have put the time in and everything like that, and they're going to let us keep our tunes and transfer us over? This is Daytora, and hopefully, you guys watched this video. Hopefully explained a lot about what's going on with the game right now. The game's not dead. It's just the whole thing with hosting being switched over, and there's going to be new servers and to play the game on. The main thing, like I said, is if we have to start over, or the people that are already in the game now on the R2 servers have to get their characters transferred or have to start over. So, all right, sorry about the rambling. It's kind of a shitty situation right now. I got a lot going on with my company. I got to get back into gaming, see what's going on with my company and everything, and other players in game, see who's leaving, see who's staying and whatnot. So I thank you for taking the time to read this. As I said, any questions, any comments, just feel free to leave them down. Debating is fine as far as comments. I don't care at all if you guys want to debate in my comments. Just please keep it on a mature level. No cuss words, no stupid immature comments. All right? Thank you, guys. This is Daytora, and I'll catch you.